Tom Clancy's The Division is a loot-based third-person cover-based shooter set in the near-future post-apocalyptic New York. You, the player, is a recently activated member of Directive 51, who is tasked with taking back the streets of the Big Apple from rioters, escaped convicts, and other military presence throughout the snow-covered and battered city. The Division is filled with plenty of fantastic ideas, some work to perfection, others fall flat on their faces. My review. The world of The Division is set smack in the middle of New York City after a viral outbreak ravaged the town. The city is deadlocked in a permanent pre-Christmas snowdown that lends itself perfectly to the dire world. Since the outbreak, all civil services have been shut down. As such, the entire city is littered with mountains of trash. Not only that, but all the stores and buildings have been boarded up or looted. All of this makes a perfect blend of a believable world and a fun, immersive look at a city in ruin. Massive did a wonderful job of recreating a near one-to-one representation of New York City, from the endless back alleys to the crumbling underground. Coupled with the dynamic weather, everything beautifully brings the city together in the most faithful recreation of New York City to date. As a cover-based shooter, The Division doesn't stand out from the pack, and it doesn't have to. See dude, kill dude. Way too many dudes? No problem. Hide behind cover and pop off shots when you can. Even throw a grenade or prop down an electric hurling turret that stuns and distracts your foes. It should be noted that the cover-based system doesn't always work as intended. Sometimes you'll find yourself hopping over cover and into firefights when you don't mean to. There are a plethora of skills at your disposal to mow down the waves and waves of enemies that will undoubtedly come your way. Some of those skills are useful, some you will probably never touch, especially if you're a solo player. Although it is very possible to solo the entire game from level 1 to 30, the task is increasingly more difficult as the game goes on, especially once you enter the Dark Zone, the Division's big PvEVP area where you fight high-level mobs and potentially other players. In addition to your regular skills, however, there are signature skills, abilities on long cooldowns that greatly increase your damage, defense, or healing. The Division is predicated on its loot-based system that feeds you your arms and armament. Kill dude with way too much HP, they drop better gear, and the cycle continues. The problem though is that's it. Shoot, loot, shoot some more. It will get to a point where all you're doing is min-maxing your numbers, and boy are there numbers. If rows and rows of numbers are your thing, The Division might be the game for you. It would be a lie to say the game wasn't fun. It is. It's even more fun when you are in a party, and thankfully The Division gives you the tools to easily hop in and out of fire teams. Although you're in New York's instance, at any time you can join other players from all over the world on various missions and at various safe houses. It's a pretty gorgeous world too. I found myself having fun getting lost in New York's numerous back alleys and hallways. That, coupled with the looming pressure I feel whenever I'm roaming the closed-off section of the Dark Zone, makes The Division a treat to play. There are also nearly 300 collectibles across the map in various places. Thankfully, there's a perk you unlock in the security wing that reveals all collectibles in the district after you've completed all the missions in that district. The game is pretty rewarding too. You get the work you put into it, for the most part. That being said, the game can be pretty grindy. That, coupled with the samey mission structure, The Division slogs to a halt, especially near the end where you aren't high enough level to take on final missions, but you're so low that random mobs can gun you down at a glance. Not only that, but there's no super gun to chase. Most of the weapons are pretty samey, coming down to different perks and stats. There are named weapons, but they will always have the same perk no matter what. The chase is fun for a while, but once you have your Midas, for instance, there really isn't an up after that. And once you're decked out in all high-end gear, there really isn't much to do afterwards. Sure, you can go into the Dark Zone, but after a while, the only thing really worth doing or having fun in the PvP space is going rogue by killing other players. Even then, where's the fun in a team of 4 picking on a solo player who's just trying to gear up? All in all, The Division is an alright video game. Nothing awful, nothing that sets the world on fire either. The story was alright, and there were plenty of world building snippets that sure to keep you occupied and enthralled for hours. It has its problems, but that doesn't mean it should be ignored. For each of its shortcomings, there's equally something to smile about, be it the world or surviving a difficult encounter with your fight team intact. I've spent nearly 72 hours in The Division already, and I still go back every day to do my dailies and to see what the vendors are selling. If you have $60 and you want a world as rich in lore as it is stats, Tom Clancy's The Division is the game for you, and it comes with the highest recommendations from me.